As someone who is living abroad, you have to do everything on your own. So managing time, applying for jobs, doing laundry, everything, and managing time becomes very difficult. And hence, here are 7 apps which I use personally for job application, for note taking, for gym stuff, and in general everything. These are my day-to-day staple. I can't live without them. But I mean, that could be an overstatement, but I'm really, when I'm saying that I can't live without them, I literally use it every single day, and I'm able to buy back my time using these apps. So without any further ado, let's get started. But before we start, I'm Tanmay, a full-time data analyst and a part-time YouTuber living in Ireland. I think for the first one, it's no brainer. If you have been following me, then it has to be none other than the calendar app. So I'll just quickly share. This video would be me switching between the laptop and the phone, because sometimes few apps are there I use as a website and few of them are like app in the phone. And I'll just show how I use my calendar. So let's go back to the screen. So basically this is my calendar. It has literally everything. I have marked down everything. And there's this concept which I have already talked about called the ideal week. And so basically it is that whatever you are doing in the day-to-day life in the whole week, it is there on your calendar, which are the non-negotiables. For example, sleep, walking, or just cooking dinner, working 9 to 5, everything. And this thing is, if I switch to week, then you can see that Monday to Friday I've put in work, but Saturday, Sunday I have free time. So this gives you an estimate that it has everything, like commuting time, everything, and cooking dinner, all. So now these spaces which you can see are the blank ones. There you can add, like, you want to do learning, or oh shit if I could spell that right, you can add learning, or just meeting friends or something like that. And that way you know that you have time. It's not whenever we say अरे मेरे पास time ही नहीं है, I don't have time for doing anything, it's not true. So what I would recommend, go back to calendar, like take any calendar app, even native phone calendar, like Apple calendar or Google calendar, anything is fine. Just put down a analysis that wherever you are spending the time, and then whatever is rest, that's your time, and then you can manage it accordingly. The second thing is put everything down on the calendar. Your brain will trick, bro, there is a birthday coming up, there's some event coming up, you have this assignment or something. Your brain will say, you will remember, you don't have to write it down, you don't have to put it on calendar, but do it. You will thank me later, but just do it. There is so much friction, but still go on the calendar, create an event, could be a task, could be an appointment, anything, just put it there and like submit assignment, just do it and you will thank me later. Second, as I mentioned already, like, you should have an ideal calendar, so I've shown as well, so you can have that. In my case, I have also added like birthdays, so that all the people whom I care about, even when I'm old, I couldn't remember anything, I'll still have these birthdays coming up like as birthdays, and then I can just wish them and all that, which is fair, right? You might have polarizing opinions on that, I don't care, but this, like, remembering birthdays and wishing them, it's a good way. Because let's say in general we don't ever call them, or we don't text our friends more often, we always say, oh, samne wala kar le. But anyways, that's not the point. So this will at least give you the starting point. You just text them, they'll feel happy, and it's great, right? So that's one thing. Even with Alex Hormozy, he mentioned in the recent podcast with Steve, like the Diary of CEO, that
I want you to make a Google Sheet, really simple, and I want you to have the time slots from 5 a.m. to midnight, whatever, however long you work, in 15-minute increments. And I want you to set a timer, easy timer, kitchen timer, like for cooking, for every 15 minutes. And every 15 minutes, I want you to, when it dings, I want you to write down what you did. One or two words. Doesn't take a lot. Now, as soon as I say that, people are like, oh my God, I don't have time for this. I will promise you, it will be the most productive week of your life, because you will be aware of how you're spending your time. Every time I do this, I immediately think I should do this all the time, and I don't. So just do it. Just do it for the 1 week, okay?
Which makes me move to the second thing, which is the second brain. And I use Notion for that, because let's be honest, we consume a lot of content every single day. But have you ever noticed that you don't remember everything of it? Okay, let's take an example. You might have saved tons of reels on Instagram. Do you ever revisit them? No, right? maybe you would have seen a post, even my post, that if you want to learn data analysis, then this is the video. Do you know that? Have you stored that video somewhere? No, right? So that's why Notion is very important. Whatever you see, whatever you watch, just put it on Notion. And here's how I do it. So if this is my second brain, literally I've named it as second brain, and this concept is very big. So for example, I watched a YouTube video about how to blow up on YouTube as a small creator, and I took down notes, literally whatever I learned. So whenever, let's say, I have to search, I can just simply, let's say if someone asks me, bro, how to grow on YouTube, I can just say grow, and I get growing in followers. Or I can just type or I can just say YouTube, and then I get how to blow up on YouTube. I got the Python script as well, which I had created or I was thinking to do. But isn't that cool? Now the problem is not we forgetting what we are learning. The problem is we don't know what we have forgotten already. Listen to that again if that didn't make any sense in the first place. So now I have built this up for around a year and a half or 2 years roughly. I have so many things, so I can just search for anything and I'll find it here. And now with the Notion AI and stuff, I can literally find a lot of things. Even you can use it for project organization. For example, this, I'm literally showing you this. This is the YouTube thing. Whenever I get an idea, I just jot it down. I have Notion on my home screen. I'll just put a b-roll here. I have it on my home screen. I just click new, create a new idea and just put it down here, and then later on I can just come back and do writing on that. Then the team member can see, oh, this needs writing, this needs filming, this needs editing, ready to post, already published. That's it. Like how this is how you can use Notion for project management. You can even use it for habit tracking. Like you can have this finished finished bottle 3 times. Yeah, if you did it on 9th, then yes, this is December 2024. If you blah blah blah, this is blank because obviously I have a physical chart on the back of the door to do it, but you can use Notion for that as well. Then there's rainy day doc, which one of my mentor told me that rainy days is basically if you are feeling bad, then you can go back to there, and there are already, I have written down few things that happened really good with me. That's the vulnerable side, so I'm not sharing that, but that document has everything. So if I'm feeling low or something, I'll just click on that, and all the comments you guys commented and all that, I'll just watch and I'll feel happy and then back on track. That's cool, right? So literally everything. Now to ease out your flow, it could be the case that Notion might not be as easy because you are well versed with the desktop version and you're finding it difficult or intimidating to use the Apple or the phone version, which I do myself as well find sometimes. So what I've done is, you have the normal voice recording options, right? Whenever you have an idea or whenever you have a thought or you have to record something, just put down as a voice memo, and then later on in the day or later on at the end of the week, then you go through all the voice memos, go through all the notes in your local phone app, and then just note it down or copy paste in your Notion. That's it. And then there's this cool feature of Notion, which is Notion Clipper. So for example, let's say I am watching my own video, why not? So if I'm watching this video, I can just click on the Notion Clipper. It will click that, it will save, and that will go to one of the Notion page. That's cool, right? And now I'll one more thing I'll just show is, for example, I'm learning about data engineering, and then these are the articles which I read. So let's say data engineering hat, it has this course, and then in that I have all my notes written down, you can see. Then this, like so many stuff. Similarly, if I click on this one, it has 2 things: free bootcamp, paid bootcamp, free bootcamp. The notes are hidden obviously. Then this is data engineering roadmap. So like we watch a tons of video. Now if someone asks me, can you give me a data engineering roadmap, I can just quickly search data engineering roadmap and I'll just share you this link, because this has actually helped me. You can't store everything in your brain, so this is a better digital way of doing it. Now I'll show you the third most craziest way I learn, which is using ChatGPT as notes taker. Yes, you heard it right. Hear me out. What I love is, I love physical note taking. Even now I have this book which is almost half filled, and it's until February right now, and I have taken so many notes. So what I do is, I just click a picture of that, upload it on ChatGPT. I'll just show you quickly here. I'll open the notes taker, this notes taker support. This is literally me. I've put down the notes here. for example, these were the notes 1, 2, 3, and I said summarize these notes with better explanation so that I then read it later and I won't forget anything, and it should include diagram. It literally gave me this beautiful summary which summarized the whole thing. If that's something you knew about, then for example, I was learning this course, the data engineering course. It had few terms which were very difficult. I didn't knew about let's say dimensions back then. It's a bit technical, but hear me out. Let's say for example, I didn't knew about dimensions. So what I did, instead of then searching on Google and all that, I came to ChatGPT. I asked him, bro, what is dimension? Explain me with an example and also give me a code for it. It literally explained me, gave me a query, and then also explained me about that. Like seriously. And then it also gave or generated a sample data set as well. Well, this is not the only way how you can use ChatGPT. You can use it for, or it's not about ChatGPT, any AI, Claude, Perplexity, ChatGPT. You can use it for email writing. You can use it as a job coach, use it as a diet planner, everything, hair care, masterclass, literally even YouTube script writing. Like you have an idea, then you chat with him and all that. You know what? It can also be your therapist. I mean, not recommended, but at least let's say you're facing an issue or you're feeling low or something, you can tell how you're feeling and tell him that you are not looking for a solution, but to provide you with the prompts which you can then take and write notes, write journal about it, and then figure out the answer yourself. And along the way, you can ask ChatGPT for some help. Isn't that cool? If yes, let me know in the comment section. I have all these prompts literally for everything. If the video has 100 plus comments saying I'm interested, I'll just give it away, all the prompts organized in a PDF format, and let's see how it goes. It will be really cool. I'm just not putting efforts into it because I need to know the demand first and then I'll do the supply. So if you want it, please comment interested and I'll send it to you. Let's move on to the next app, which is, now this one is the app. It's a pliability app. There's again Level Supermind. So these two I use interchangeably. So the pliability app, recently I was feeling a lot of sprain in my neck here, and I consulted a physiotherapist and she recommended that you should do this, all the exercises and all. Now me being a human being, normal human being, it is so much friction for me. Just get up, do the exercise, do everything. Even you know it. Even if I do it for the first week, as soon as I start feeling better, I'll just stop doing the exercises. So I downloaded this app. What it did was, it took a test where I have to like raise my hand, squat, and it took a test and analyze what are the areas which are like, which needs work in terms of mobility and flexibility exercises. And then it curated a proper roadmap for me, 15-minute workouts or stretches every single day. And it also has this streak system. So whenever you do it, it marks it as a streak, and the next day it will mark it again as a streak, which is cool. Because now my brain is like, I have to maintain the streak, same as the Snapchat analogy. I have to maintain the streak, so I'll do the exercise and it only takes 10-15 minutes. I know what exercises to do, it is follow along, and it just feels good. Now I think I can replace meditation with this because meditation, the main agenda of meditation is just focus on your thoughts, right? Or just be calm. But while doing the stretches, I feel the same. So I was like, okay, this is something I can stick to, and then eventually graduate towards doing yoga, which I use the Level Supermind app, little bit of yoga and everything, and it's just $2,000 for the year, which is not bad. But for now, let's move on to the next, which is the Arc browser. I was using Edge, Chrome. I have literally used every single browser: Edge, Safari, Chrome, Brave, Arc, and I find Arc so much better because I'll just quickly share. It has better tab management. So if you click here, this is everything, like literally everything. Then this nerdy guy is basically all the notes. These are all the websites I am learning from, GitHub, lessons, everything. And then this guy in front of the computer, this is all the personal stuff. So like the business or the YouTube side of things, where I have all the bank accounts and all that, and just one click. So instead of having all the tabs in one single window, I have the liberty to have it here. Well, you might say that other browsers provide it, but this UI is really clean. It has ad blockers and all that. Really feels amazing. And I love how interactive it is. But that's not the selling point. I'll tell you the selling point. If you pinch on any of the website in your phone, it will just summarize the website for you in a very good layman terms. And if you want to search, you can just do a voice search, hey, what is this, and then it will go search for that. Whatever 10 websites you get, it will collect data from that, summarize it, and then give you the best information. You don't have to click on every single website and do it. Now you will say ChatGPT or any AI can do it, but it is a paid service, right? You have to pay and all that, but this is for free. Just go on Arc and do it. Like, you don't have to worry about how many tokens you are using or how many times you have asked ChatGPT, because then there is a limit for the free version, how many times you can ask the question. If you don't want that, then definitely this is the browser. One best thing about this is you can connect multiple search engines. So I am used to like DuckDuckGo, which is like incognito safe browser. So what I do usually was like, you have multiple options. You can just go to search engine, change, and then you have Brave, Google, Privacy Wall, Yahoo, Perplexity, Microsoft Bing, Quant, Ecosia, whatever you feel you want to set, it's fine. I'm currently using the DuckDuckGo, which I personally use, but yeah, feel free to do anything. Now, the sixth pointer, I think here's what is the selling point. I get a lot of queries and I review a lot of resumes, and one common factor I see or find in all those resumes is it is not well catered, it doesn't have the keywords, and it doesn't feel like reading it. But this one single website can change the whole game. You don't have to then worry about the Word document, you don't have to have the fancy premium membership for Canva to download or use the templates which are premium, which sounds really good, which looks cool. So this is Hire Snap. No, they are not sponsoring or anything, but anyways, this is it. What you have, like, you can see this is my resume, and basically if you drag this out here, you have all the sections, clean UI, and you can just type it out, education, anything. And then if you want to add a section, you can add a section here. Could be hobbies, interest, language, software, anything. And then I'll just quickly close this. If you want that your education section should be above, then you can just drag and then put it here, and then drag and put it here. Simple. And how clean does it look? Like, see, have a look. This is summary, this is skill, work section, work experience, projects, certificates, education, other accomplishments. Simple, right? Now the final most needle moving task is switching to Audible and using an YouTube Premium, because learning should never stop and there should be as low friction as possible in your learning process. Because maybe when I'm traveling or when I'm doing anything, I don't feel like sitting down and just take a book, or I might not have time or liberty to sit down, read a book and then summarize it and have notes and everything. So the best thing you can do is put on Audible, keep doing what you're doing, commute to the workplace, you are in a train, you're in the bus, you're washing utensils, you're cooking food, you're having dinner, whatever, you're walking, just put on earphones and put on Audible, and you can listen to the book. Even if 10-20% of the knowledge is there with you, at least it is some knowledge instead of zero, because maybe that day won't come when you are sitting down and reading a book because you don't have time and it is too much friction. It's just easy. Instead of scrolling on Instagram, choose Audible, put it in, and that's it. Listen to the audiobooks. And the second is YouTube Premium. You know yourself. Again, it is your personal choice. I know it could be expensive, 200 rupees per month, but hey, come on. Don't you spend like 500 rupees on a coffee, or 300 even for a coffee or Zomato or something. So I would say this is the best investment if you get a YouTube Premium, because it will allow you to watch the content ad free. And let's be honest, anything and everything can be learned through YouTube for free. So why do you want to interrupt your flow state by just a random ad which is not even relevant to you? Because if that ad pops up, and the algorithms are so smart that it will deliver the very important ad which you are looking right now. Maybe you're planning to travel, it will show you the same ad. Then you'll go on a browser and then you just start searching about, yeah, I want to travel and all that. And but in the first place, whatever you were learning, you just derail off it. And then you have to come back, take the focus. It takes off a lot of time. So this is the best investment you can do. Get a YouTube Premium. You get YouTube Music free for it. So then you don't have to buy a Spotify Premium or Apple Music or anything like that. Not endorsing anything here. This is personally which I am using right now. And with Audible, I forgot to mention one point is, if you are using Audible, then there is this thing called credits. If you get the subscription, you get 1 credit every single month. through which you can buy any book for free with that one credit, which is awesome. Like if you buy one book every single month and then finish it over the 1 month, took notes and everything with ChatGPT and using our browser, that's great. Again, it is adding to your information, and it's kind of free. Like you are taking the membership, of course, which is 200 rupees again, but then you're not paying to buy the Audible version of the book. It's just there. To give you an example, I bought Feel Good Productivity, Ali Abdaal's book, last year 2024 January. The pre-order was there and I finished like half of it reading, but it was too much friction. It took me like 2 months to sit and read that book. But then later this year I was like, I want to finish this book because I think I'm feeling or lacking behind in productivity. I downloaded the Audible version of it and I finished the book in a week with all the notes. I have all the notes written down in this thing here. It's crazy. So start using Audible and YouTube Premium. And that's it for the video. If you like this video where I'm sharing the tips and the apps which I'm personally using, then let me know how you find it. As I mentioned in the video, if you are interested about the ChatGPT prompts, which I used on regular basis, then drop me a comment. If this video gets 100 plus comments, then I'm definitely gonna share it. Stay tuned. See you in the next one. Bye.